Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Freldran, and as you can see, I am back in Star Trek Online. Sorry for the wait for this. I've been wanting to do this video ever since I got the thing done, but between Thanksgiving break and then getting sick, I swear every time a holiday comes around or I go somewhere to do holiday shopping, I get sick. But I'm back now. I'm feeling better. So let's get on with this. The reward, wrong button. Reward for the current event, which is almost over. You only got like 14 hours or 15 hours left, is Moopsy, which is, I did a little bit of testing of it. It's not too bad of a pet. I do like pets. So, alongside you get the 25,000 dilithium ore, and you get 3 times featured reward box, which is either a universal tech upgrade or a skill point. I always go with the upgrades, always upgrading stuff. Let's go over Moopsy itself. Moopsy is, it's adorable. It's a pretty good, idea to have. So, Moopsy, it's from the animated series Star Trek Lower Decks, and it kind of adds a little bit of comedicness to this. So, all right, so it's a ground pet. Obviously, it's activation time, 2.5 seconds, 2-minute recharge time. It lasts for 5 minutes or until it's dead or whatever. This little adorable creature might be the cutest thing you've seen in the galaxy. For those who know, the Moopsy is actually a terrifying predator that sucks out the bones of what it eats. It has a never-ending appetite and will leisurely pursue its prey with its slow-moving gait. The Moopsy's tiny mouth can stretch beyond the frame to showcase large fangs in its mouth. Okay, so you summon it. Let's see. It's basically a lot of the same thing there. All right, when summoned, the Moopsy will slowly waddle towards its target. When close enough, Moopsy will leap onto the target and bite it. With terrifying fangs, after biting the target, the Moopsy will slurp out the bones, instantly killing humanoids who are unaware of its true biology. So it says it goes after humanoids. That's all I've tested on. I want to test it on some non-humanoids and see what it does. It doesn't say in here anywhere, but it also does. It seems to have, you'll see this later, has some sort of a like AOE, like, I don't know if it's like a stun or something. I don't know what it is really, so we'll see what that actually is. Yeah, and there are other pets. I've got a few of them. I've got this one, bioengineered Furadon. This one I got from an event a long time ago. I believe you can also buy this one in the Zen store. This one right here, I got this one from the, what was it called? Hold on, I got one in my inventory here. Let's go ahead and use. Yeah, you get these ultimate or, just very rare, epic prize tokens from Phoenix boxes. You can buy those with dilithium. I'll show you now. Where is it? Special items. Yeah, these things right here. Every once in a while, there's I can't remember his name. There's a Ferengi, and he'll have these for free, like once a day. It's like 5 of them or something like that. But you can also buy them here, so you can have them anytime you want. But yeah, I got the, was it very rare? Yeah, I got it from here. This Wartarg. These all have a 2-minute cooldown, a 0.25 or whatever it is, activate time, and 5 minutes total time activated. until they die or whatever. And I want to kind of compare these. You know, I did a big comparison on my own, and it was kind of inconclusive. I'm not really sure. You know, like some of them, they do a lot of damage. They have their own special abilities, but you know, does the fact that Moopsy technically does a one-hit kill on a single enemy count as being a lot of DPS versus, say, this Wartarg, who doesn't necessarily do a one-hit kill, but does a lot of damage and can kill an enemy quick? You know, is that better DPS or not? You know, it's kind of one of those, I guess it's subjective. Same with, you know, this guy. The Mugatu leash, I believe, did I get that from here too? Oh, wrong one. Hold on. I believe it's a rare one, and you can keep buying these. Well, it says I can't right now, but I'm assuming I'll be able to, because these actually have a limited use. They have 10 uses, and after you're done using them, you don't have them anymore. So I'm assuming I can buy more after that, hopefully. These are also combat pets too. I'm gonna go ahead and buy one of these. They're only blue quality, but yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and buy one of those so I can test those out with it. Forgot all about those being in there. All right. There were some other pets and stuff I don't have. There, for example, there is a tardigrade that you can get. Let's see where personal. Right here, tardigrade. This one, at one point there was like a giveaway, and I know on my alt characters I have them, but for some reason I can't get them anymore. Because normally he'd be down here and somewhere, but I can't find it, and so I don't know if after a certain point some of these like just stop working. I know some of them are like a one-time thing, so I guess I can't get them now, which kind of sucks. There are other pets, you know, get well, actually, I think these are non-combat pets. Let's see, go back up the top here. This one right here actually synergizes with the one that you can buy with the Phoenix prize token. I believe if you have them both slotted, if you summon one, it'll summon the other as well. This one is like a ranged version, I believe, and the other one is more of a up close one. So yeah, but yeah, this tardigrade, I wish I had it on this character so I can compare it to those easily. But it's, you know, it's probably gonna be similar to, you know, the melee version of the Torg, or Targ, however you pronounce that. So, but yeah, so let's go ahead and get into this. I'm gonna go and probably go to Defara, where the Borg are at. I'll show you what Moopsy does to the Borg. I'll show you a little bit about what the others do to it. I also have, like, you know, I got this one from the Halloween event. This is actually a kit module. You know, I got like a couple things. Some of them really don't do much. Some do like shields and stuff. Some might shoot at the enemies, or like, you know, mark them so I can do more damage or whatever. This one's like a heal. This is a turret, which technically is a summons, but it doesn't move around. So I don't know if that really counts as a pet. So, you know, and these guys, obviously they, you know, run around and, you know, start biting the enemies. So yeah, I'll go ahead and check those out, you know, kind of compare them, and we'll see what is better. All right, so I'm here on Defara with the Borg. I chose to come here because, you know, this is a pretty good spot. I'm by myself. I don't have my rest of my crew with me. Well, I guess technically if I'm somewhere else, I can tell my crew to kind of like stay somewhere with a rally point or something. But this is a decent place to go to. So let's go ahead and summon Moopsy. Now Moopsy should automatically start targeting something. I don't have to be in combat. Oh, you're going that way. Okay, you're going way over there. You didn't want this one? Oh no, you're going for that one. Face on? Okay. There we go. Now see, it's basically a one-hit kill. it does leave this odd little husk here. But it just keeps going on, doing the same thing over and over again. Oh, see, there's the AoE thing right there. Moopsy charm. Okay, I didn't read this before. Just makes it so they won't fire at it or something, I guess. Why don't you just attack that one? That's weird. Where are you going now? All right. The AI for it is a little bit sporadic, I guess. I don't know. It's a bit weird. This Borg are confused. Yeah, they'll just run around like this. White. They're right there. So yeah, the AI in this game does need a little bit of work still for stuff like that. Oh, let's see, just did Billy again. But yeah, it definitely needs a bit of work still. Go another husk. Now it's slow when it's walking, but then once it gets there, and there's a bite. I guess it does do a bite thing too every once in a while, which is actually quite a bit of damage. So, but it's still kind of a slow attacker when it bites. There we go. Now, with that being in mind, it's not a bad thing that it's a slow attacker. I mean, you're gonna be fighting as well and possibly have other pets out. So there's gonna be a lot of DPS going on anyways. I did notice though, like, if I started with him out at like the beginning of the area, like if I like where you spawn in at when you beam down, like I can run over here and he'd still be way over there taking his sweet time to get over here. So it's best to summon him while you're near the enemies. Yeah, he's just doing his little attack right now. Opens his mouth really wide. He's decided to stop attacking him for some reason. All right, decided to eat that one. Okay. Now let's go ahead and call him back. He'll lay down and be like all pooped out or whatever. Oh wait, they just physically call him to me. I forget. Sometimes things are weird. Okay. Not some of these games when you call a pet back, it actually calls him back to you, like a resummons. Is there a way to like unsummon him? Yeah, he's got to wait another 5 minutes. So I wanted to bring out one of these guys so I can show you their thing instead. Although I guess Moopsy's just gonna run off and do his thing, so that's fine. I'll get back to you when the timers run down on here. All right, so let's go ahead and summon the Targ. Nano Pulse Targ. All right, he's going in there, charging in. Charge ability. I guess he does do one-hit shots sometimes. He's got his electrical discharge thing. Now with his AI pathing, he comes back to you. Moopsy will just kind of run around. It has like this big AoE area of like where it can go. And I've noticed that if I'm not in combat, unlike Moopsy will go into combat on his own when you summon him if you're close enough. The Targ won't. Neither will the what's this called again? Bioengineered Pterodon. It does not go into combat on its own if you're just standing here. Well now it is, but I think it's going in there because of Moopsy and that fact I'm in red alert. But he only did like a little bit. He can run back. So, I think the Pterodon would actually stay in combat a little bit longer, probably. Let's go ahead and summon him. As you see, I got 3 of them out. I'm not sure what the max you can have out is. All right, go into combat, bud. Okay, you worked better before. Go into combat. Go into combat. Come on. There you go. There you go. So he's got like this little beam thing he does. He also has a like a stun thing, I think it is, and like a roar, and then also does a bite when it's close enough. It doesn't do as much damage as you can see. So the Targ's back over here for some reason. But yeah, he's got like a little bit better range, I guess, but he still doesn't like to go into combat on his own. Moopsy, yeah, like, again, Moopsy's just out there doing his thing. that's gives Moopsy a little bit of cutting edge there, edge over the others, because it's actually going out there and doing stuff. I can just sit here and not worry about them fighting me, and Moopsy's just gonna go out there. It's basically AFK grind for me. Every 5 minutes, just push this button, AFK grind some points out or some items or whatever. They're dropping stuff still, so there's also one of my favorites, this one right here, which just annihilates everything. I mean, it doesn't do a lot of damage per attack, but it attacks a lot. So it's a fast attacker, does a lot of damage, can clear out an area. If you have like a daily, one of these endeavors where it's like, kill this amount of this enemy, just activate this thing, it'll go around and kill everything for you. As well as Moopsy, but Moopsy's a little bit slower. Moopsy has taken some damage. I can't remember how much health Moopsy has. 1,676. How much health do you have? 800. It is really hard to read sometimes because my monitor might be better on your end. Sometimes the 8s and 6s look alike, so I'm just going to say 867. Where's you? What do you got? 867. So Moopsy's got a lot of health. Now, does Moopsy gain health from eating the enemies? I wonder. Doesn't say anything like that in the description. It also doesn't talk about the AoE thing where it affects it. Its enemy. It doesn't say anything about the biting. It just says that it'll jump on a humanoid enemy and consume them. So, yeah, I don't know. I do say right now Moopsy's doing pretty. Oh, and that's the end of his timer. He decided to go to bed. But yeah, the Targ's going out there still. As long as they're close. Same with the Rex. People want to say Rex, but it's Fearodon. But yeah, overall, I'd say Moopsy because of the fact that Moopsy goes out there. Even though it's slow, makes it a lot better in a way. I mean, these guys do damage. The Targ does do quite a bit of damage. The Fearodon damage isn't as great, but it does range damage. So if the enemy's far away, as long as he's aggroed, you're good to go. Yeah, Moopsy does kind of take the lead here. It's I would say it's probably better than the one little ship that you get from the reputation system, because it lasts for 5 minutes, and this only lasts for 30 seconds. It'll kill a few enemies, but it's kind of like it's almost tied, but Moopsy being out longer makes it win. Now, the Magatu, this one is like a lower quality pet, and like I said, you only get like 10 of them. As you can see, I only got 3 left because I had 4, but he does not do that much damage at all. And yeah, he's 308 health. That's not a lot of health. So he can get taken out a lot easier. Look, he's a slow hitter, doesn't do a lot of damage. Compared to him, he's doing a lot of damage. He did over 100, and Magatu's only doing, I guess it kind of depends. Sometimes there's a little bit more, a little bit less. I guess he can crit. So yeah. And they don't have shields, I don't think. No, well, I guess he has shields. But the Magatu doesn't seem to have shields. But yeah, that's basically it for this. I kind of want to see what Moopsy does with a non-human life form. So I'm going to go ahead and probably maybe go to Nimbus 3. Nimbus 3 has some non-human life forms on there. All right, so I am on Nimbus 3. I have my away team over there, rally point, so hopefully they won't come over and help. All right, let's go ahead and send Moopsy out. See what it does. Now, since these are non-humans, I'm assuming it's just going to go over there and start biting them. Possibly do its AoE thing. Probably won't do like it would do on the humanoids. So let's go ahead and see how well Moopsy performs here solo. We'll let him do his thing. Now it's charmed him, and it's biting, but that's about it looks like. Oh, I forgot one of them's got that guy on there. That's another summons that's pretty nice. Doesn't last very long, but it's nice. Can get destroyed pretty easily. That I got from, did I get that from an event? I can't remember. But he has like this big old laser beam he shoots out. Oh, and then that, I forget about that one too. Yeah, see, he didn't last very long. The Elachi thing's not too bad. I think he lasts 5 minutes. He does like not disruptor, a plasma beam thing, I think. I can't remember. Is it disruptor or plasma for the Elachi? I can't remember. One of those two. But yeah, Moopsy's still alive, you know, pretty low in health, but is taking these guys down by himself. So, not too bad. The other thing I wanted to test Moopsy on is the Gorn. So I'm gonna go ahead and run this way. As you can see, Moopsy is very, very slow. Let's go ahead and actually unequip those guys. So those aren't following me around. Who's got the other one? Sorry. Oh, I forgot to do the Horda also. Let's put that on place of the Magatu. It's kind of weird that they're still kind of summoned. Well, that one died. As you see, he doesn't have a very good lifespan. Let's see here. 45 seconds. This is not good. The Elachi, I think the Elachi might, I can't remember if this 5 minutes or until it dies. I can't remember. 5 minutes. Okay. So yeah, it's like the other one. It'd probably be similar to the Fearodon, because it's a range mainly. So, all right, let's go ahead and I'll go over here and test Moopsy out on the Gorn. All right, so since the Gorn aren't humanoids, because it specifically says humanoids, I wonder if he'll have the same kind of, ability to take them down and eat their bones like they do on humanoids, because they are technically humanoid shape, but they're just not humanoids. So let's go ahead and get him in there. Are you gonna attack? There he goes. Let's see what he does. I hope he does do it. Where are you going after? You going after that guy? Nope, going after him. All right, so he does do it. Okay. It says humanoid, but he's technically, those Gorn technically aren't human, so. All right. That works. He'll probably just bite the, where are these? Sour? He'll probably just bite those. Trying not to die here. Now this one, I definitely, yeah, the Gorn are more active, so you definitely want to have more out. I can have these guys come out. These guys are not too bad. Not the greatest, but they're not too, where are you? Okay. Okay. You're just gonna, all right. Their AI pathing is a little weird. I don't know where they're going. All right, Moopsy's still going. Why did those guys run off? See, they're not very strong either. They die easily. So, they're more gimmick anyways. I mean, Moopsy seems gimmicky, but he actually does some stuff. I mean, you get taken out there, but that's fine. All right, let's go ahead and get this guy out. Oh, wait, why you finally show up? All right. Oh, that's not a Horda, is it? That was a drone. Okay, I should have looked at the picture a little bit better. Is it holographic? My bad. No, where are you going? All right, he did some damage. Quite a bit. Not too bad. He's more ranged, though. And he's not doing a lot right now, but he does that big attack. So he's got a small attack that's not much, and that big attack does a lot. Okay. For some reason, I read that wrong. Sorry about that. Let me go ahead and actually get that Horda then, I guess. Where are you? There we go. So this is combat. Yep, combat. Went by that. I got plenty of these. go ahead and equip you. So equip you over, I guess, that thing. I gotta wait for the timer. So once the timer's up, I'll go ahead and test that. I would expect it to be kind of actually similar to Moopsy in speed. The Horda's pretty slow. And this is the lithium Horda. Is there anything special about it? Let me go ahead and read a little bit. Let's see. By default, it'll guard you. Select an ally, and then summon the Horda. They'll guard your ally. The air around its lithium crystal shell crackles slightly. All right, causing a buildup. Okay. Piezoelectric energy in its core. It has an acid attack that deals acid damage over time. Can cause an electrical surge. Can jump to nearby enemy targets. Okay, so it's got a ranged acid attack. It has a kind of electrical discharge thing, which the Targ has, but it jumps at nearby enemy targets. So I wonder if that sounds like Moopsy. So I don't expect it to be like Moopsy exactly. So let's go ahead and test it here. This again, you only get like 10 of these, which kind of sucks, but that's fine. All right, so let's go ahead and send them out. Now you're gonna go ahead and automatically attack. This says it guards me, so I'm assuming I have to be in combat. There we go. It's not doing a lot of damage. It's getting itself like taken down here a bit. I think it just did an electrical attack here. Okay, so that doesn't last very long. It's about dead here, and there it goes. Okay, I would say that's probably not worth it. Yeah, it did not help at all, really. I mean, it did distract some of them, but I would say that's not enough. And the fact that it died so quickly, that was just bad. So, yeah, Moopsy again wins. Moopsy has so far kind of taken it. But yeah, I'll meet you back in Earth Space Dock, and I'll give you my, I guess, final review. All right, there's something else I also want to mention. There are Moopsy kind of just hanging around here on Earth Space Dock. There was a lot more than this, though, a few days ago. There was like 5 of them sitting here. There was like 1 down here, and there was 2 in this tree. I don't see any in the tree right now. There wasn't one in this tree earlier when I came online. And then there was like 9 of them like right here, all like facing this direction. It was creepy. But that was all there were on here. I would assume it's possible that there's also the same on Kronos, and where would it be for Romulans? It'd probably be like the Armada, maybe. I would assume the Armada, maybe, but that's if they have it. Yeah, it's just kind of they've been kind of hanging around a bit. I looked everywhere else. I didn't find them over in the Club 47 or over here or in Ops or anything like that. So, and they're not in Deep Space Nine either. So, I don't know why they are here only, or at least for Starfleet, anyways. But it's kind of nice to have them around. Another thing is you can't have Moopsy come out while you're here. I don't think you can do that with many of the pets, the combat pets. There are non-combat versions of some of these pets that you can get, like the Targ and stuff in the Horda. And actually, I guess there's a non-combat pet version of this right here. And have that out. The tardigrade and all that stuff. But you can only have like 1 at a time for the non-combat pets. So yeah, he just kind of chills with you. But yeah, I think, yeah, overall, I thought Moopsy was gonna be, kind of gimmicky. Some of the last prizes, few prizes we've gotten have been gimmicky. These guys right here, they can come out as non-combat pets and they start doing this dance while you're in a social zone. But they're combat pets also, but they're not great. Their pathing is odd. As you saw earlier, they just ran off the cliff, even though there's enemies right there. They're like, no, we're gonna go after these guys way over here, off the cliff. And yeah, and they don't do much damage, and they die quickly. So they're gimmicky, The ship that we got for the summer event was gimmicky in a way. I hope I'm using the word gimmicky right. Is like the ship itself, it's not a great ship. There's tons of better ships than that, but its main thing was the fact that it can have a holographic disguise to be like other ships, and it gains buffs, and you can do this in combat because you can get holographic disguises for your ships, but they don't work in combat and they don't give you buffs or anything like that. They're just there until you're in combat. But yeah, I figured Moopsy would be kind of like those where it's like, they're there, but they're not, they're not that great. But Moopsy actually is great. I like the Targ. I like having the Furodon. I love having one little ship. It's great. But Moopsy, he actually like goes out there, and you don't even have to be in combat. As soon as he sees an enemy he wants, I mean, he's not like a perfect pathing. He did kind of run around a bit, and there's too many targets for him to go after. I don't know. He did hold his own pretty well against the Borg, but the Borg weren't really attacking back. The Gorn, on the other hand, the Gorn did actually overpower Moopsy after a bit. The Horda thing, that thing didn't really last very long against the Gorn. So it shows that Moopsy is, pretty tough. Yeah, I'd say overall, this is actually a good, decent reward, especially if you love having pets that battle and stuff. So can you have him out? I guess you can't have him out. I guess it's light up. So I didn't really, for some reason I was thinking you couldn't have some of the combat pets out as pets while you're in social zones, but I guess you can. All right, so I guess, that's fine. But yeah, Moopsy, great. It's a good reward. I do recommend getting it. I know this is a bit late because, the event's almost over. Just over 14 hours left. Obviously, you can buy it out if you haven't even started yet. It's like 2,700 Zen. Plus, this is also part of the event campaign, the final event campaign. So to get this reward right here, I'm not sure if you can buy this out. Can you buy this out? You might be able to buy it out. I'm not sure. You might be able to. I would assume so. But yeah, definitely recommend getting Moopsy. If you don't get Moopsy now and you can't get it in a little bit, if there's no option to get him, wait a while, maybe a year or two, he'll probably be up on the Zen store. So I know that, the Furodon, he's up on the Zen store. This guy isn't, but that's good because there's the one that kind of synergizes with it. Sorry, I don't have the other one in the Zen store. I don't really have the money to actually just buy stuff right now. Otherwise, I would have gotten it. I can, I guess, save up some dilithium to turn into Zen and get it at some point. But yeah, right now it's not an option. Yeah. Let me know what you think of Moopsy. Again, sorry for being late on this video. Yeah, let me know what you think. Leave a like, comment, and all that good stuff down below. Now I'll see you next time. Bye.